Hi, everybody. It's Tim Constantine from the Washington Times. And for America, I'm joined by David Bozell. David, how are you?
Timothy, how are you? I'm great.
I'm doing pretty good. You know, there's a presidential election going on right now, and we keep hearing all the polls, 49, 47, 48, 48. I don't care what any of those polls say because we don't decide by a popular vote. We decide by the Electoral College. And so I wanted today to break down with you state by state what's going to happen. And when we say we think one candidate will win or the other candidate will win, why? You know, it's easy to say just some generic, well, he's got 50% in such and such a poll. But when we start looking at California and at Texas and at Florida and adding the numbers up, what happens? Let me have you go first. Let's both do the math on this. Let me have you go first. We both know Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, Nevada, Arizona, North Carolina, and Georgia. Those 7 states seem to be generally considered the swing state. Everybody seems to know where all the other 43 states plus DC are going. So when we talk about before we get to those 7, the math comes out pretty even. Kamala Harris has 226, 219, I think, for Trump. So we're very close. You got to have 270 to win. What happens in those swing states? Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and so on.
Yeah, I've got my map here. I'm going to give Trump Wisconsin. I'm going to give Harris Michigan, Trump Pennsylvania, Trump North Carolina, Trump Georgia, Trump Arizona. You know, I think you and I have both been down on Arizona the last couple of weeks because of Kari Lake's poor performance. But the Republican in the race owns basically the top 3 issues in the state: immigration, crime, the economy. And when the Republican owns the top issues, the Republican usually wins. So I'm going to give Arizona to Trump, and I'll keep Nevada Democrat. I have landed at 291 to 246.
In favor of
Donald
the
Trump.
45th and, according to you, the 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Correct.
All right. Let me do the math for you on mine, and then we'll talk about our results, all right? I'm going to give both Wisconsin and Michigan to Kamala Harris. I think, as much as we'd love to see those go toward Donald Trump, I just don't believe they're going to. But North Carolina, I don't even think it's a toss-up state. They can tell me the polls are close. Donald Trump is going to win North Carolina. Donald Trump is going to win Georgia. All right, so we'll throw those in. We go out west to Nevada. I think you're right. Nevada is going to go to Kamala Harris. I think, I'm not a conspiracy theory nut, but I do think the unions control a lot out there. I think there's a little hanky-panky going on. I think the Democrats win out there. Arizona, Trump is actually polling ahead by like 4 or 5 points in many of the polls. Not just one, but several of the polls right now.
Yeah.
However, I think it's going Harris. Everybody is mad at me for saying that. Honest to God, I look at just the way the math has worked out with their senators, with their governor. Democrats seem to be winning statewide out there every time. I think Kari Lake is a drag on the ballot, even though she's below Trump. So I'm putting that one to Kamala Harris, which leaves only Pennsylvania blank. It has Kamala Harris at 268 and Trump at 251. So the winner of Pennsylvania is the next president of the United States. Except wait, before I do that, that counts on the state of Maine, which splits its vote.
That's right.
And most experts say that's going to be 3 for Kamala Harris and 1 for Donald Trump. I am from Maine. I grew up in Maine. I have seen a change, and while the rural district up there tends to be more conservative, they also have a Democrat congressman right now. I fear that's going to go Democrat, and it will be 4-0 in the state of Maine. So if that is the case, and let's say Trump wins Pennsylvania, I am giving Trump Pennsylvania. I know you've been iffy on that, and I hear you today that you've seen the light, but if we say then Trump wins Pennsylvania, that puts us at 269 to 269. I don't think that's unrealistic at all. I think those states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, and Nevada, are going to go to Harris. I think North Carolina and Georgia and Pennsylvania are going to go to Trump. The only difference is I think Maine is not going to split.
Yeah.
Maine is going to be a full sweep for Harris. 269, 269. There is no winner
let's
on
get
election
the party
night.
started.
And this is going to be a crisis. The media will go crazy. All our 24-year-old journalists who've never looked at the Constitution, their head is going to explode when they realize, oh my God, the House of Representatives is going to decide this thing. This isn't democratic.
I think Biden should just stay at that point. Just declare himself king.
And you know how that process works, right?
Yeah, House of Representatives, whoever controls the most state delegations is in control. So
because every state only gets one vote. It doesn't matter whether you're California or South Dakota. You could be a giant state or a tiny state. You get one vote.
That's right.
Right now, the Republicans control 26 of the delegations, so they would win. But they actually use the Congress that has been sworn in, the new Congress. Here's the really crazy part. Oh my gosh. Honest to God, I think this is going to happen. 269, 269. They don't vote until January on this thing. So for 2 months, the media is going to go crazy. The American public is going to go crazy. We don't know who won. We don't know who's going to win. There'll be speculation. There'll be anger. There'll be fury. This is why we should have a popular vote. It's all going to go nuts. But that's what I see for 2024. It's going to be the craziest election in 200 years.
It makes 2000 look like child's play, and it's not outside the realm of possibility either, Tim.
No, that's why I wanted to break it down state by state.
Yeah, I like your rationale. Maybe I am drinking a little bit of polling Kool-Aid in Arizona. And I know the Democrats, and we both heard the same things, that the Democrats have sounded the alarms in Wisconsin. And so maybe I'm drinking some Kool-Aid there. You would know the Northeast better than I would. And we'll go with your 4-0 sweep in Maine. The blue wall will have been broken. The supposed so-called blue wall, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, will have been broken because Trump will win Pennsylvania. It's not outside the realm of possibility, Tim, especially in a divided country. I mean, they're not, when the media says we're divided, it's no joke. And people can feel it in the neighborhoods. And you can feel it on social media. You can feel it everywhere. And it's not outside the realm of possibility. And whoever controls the most state delegations gets to declare the winner.
Fair enough. We'll keep this updated between now, in case there's an October surprise in eastern Maine between now and Election Day. But I'll tell you
Trump's got to get up there and give these guys whatever fishing licenses they want.
It's a crazy year. Dave Bozell sees it as a solid, not a landslide, but a solid win for Trump. I see it as a tie and a constitutional crisis. For America, I'm Tim Constantine. He is David Bozell. Thank you.